welcome to another episode of the No Name Podcast. I'm your host Ricky, along with the Clash Royale King himself, Arturo.
No,
Um,
just kidding. No, why did I say that? No,
everyone, I
mm.
hope hoping everyone having a good week and have good times and all that stuff. It is Batman week. Finally, Batman will be coming out this Friday. Me, Arturo, and Manny, who is not with us this week again. We'll be checking out the movie, and hopefully, probably be most likely me and Arturo talking about it. And
Oh yeah. You
watch.
know, we got GameSpot with the 6 out of 10.
That
You
was
got
some.
IGN 10 out of 10.
So the Metacritic overall so far, because it's based out of 30 something reviews, because it's early. People have got to see it already. Like reviewers have got to see it. It's like a
Yeah,
70
yeah.
something.
What's a pass?
Still, though, it's kind of surprising. Not surprising, but like, yeah, 73 currently for Metacritic.
Mm-mm-mm.
I haven't read them. It's just I've only seen like only looked at and all that stuff. I can't say the lowest one is a 25. Total
From
of
who?
There's a total of 47 reviews based off Metacritic. There's 37 positive, 9 that are mixed, that is negative.
Good, good.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that goes. It's so crazy the fact right now before it goes to the public, Spider-Man No Way Home Metacritic Metascore is a 71.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Let's see how this goes.
Friday comes, watch it. We're seeing it. Dolby Cinema. Get it. Like I said, most likely next week, me and Arturo will talk about the movie and everything. Watch. I'll be funny. It's like Manny's in that episode, but just for that only, and he bounces. I'm like, bruh, let's come back already. Okay.
I can see that where he's just like, all right, guys, Batman. You know, I'm sad we didn't see Ant-Man in there, but usually it's probably because the whole Thanos snap thing, right? Back to you, Ricky. No,
But ooh, sorry. But that is next week. We'll get and we'll talk about that again. We're very excited and all that stuff. If you haven't got your tickets already, go ahead and get them. Everything, because most likely it's sold out
see, you do it with AMC. No,
unless you're dealing with AMC. Oh, speaking of that, wait, is that supposed to be? I'll look at it later.
yeah, yeah. Special Batman NFT.
I think they did better this time around because they did it for like if you bought your ticket before a certain date. How was
Yeah,
with the Spider-Man one? It was only if you bought your ticket for the Thursday night showing only and everything.
yeah.
And I was like, bruh, really? Like no one like I get it, but it's like people
But
go
we
on the
got
other days.
work.
People got stuff to do. The fact that they for this one they did it like you do it by I think it was like the 6th. You get your see it by the 6th. You can But again, Batman next week. Again, right now, this is the No Name Podcast. You can catch us here every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and many other audio services were available for this one. This week we are. I mean, it's not a lot to talk about, but we got some things. We got some things to talk about.
Some pretty fun things to talk about.
We got fun stuff to talk about. We got fun. We got some interesting things to talk about and everything like that. But we'll kind of start this off on a serious note and everything because if you haven't already heard, um, uh, possible Ukraine is pretty much under attack in a way and all that stuff. Russia is Russia has gone ahead and started to deploy forces into Ukraine and everything. This past weekend has been if you've seen anything from social media, news, TikTok in particularly, and everything like that, it is it is crazy what's happening right now and all that stuff.
It is very crazy, especially the fact that because obviously we're in a pandemic. Nobody wants war. Nobody wants anything or anything like that. But
Nobody wants
Russia's over here, pressing against Ukraine, and since we're not trying to cause war by doing like diplomatic things, we're just like, hey, we're gonna start embargoes, but usually embargoes and stops don't really work for most countries. If they want what they want, they're gonna try and get it.
well, and it's already it's like there's already like hopefully stop Russia like U.S.
Like Disney will stop releasing films in Russia because that's very important.
the more important stuff like that stuff. But of course, like U.S. has already made like stopping certain things. Um, of course, Disney's and stuff. FIFA has banned Russian team national team from any competitions in FIFA. So
Yeah,
that's happening right. Other side notes like they're trying to get like Apple to stop doing App Store sales. Apparently, I think Apple's already stopped have customers in Russia not to use Apple Pay. Stuff that's happening right now.
yeah, yeah. So keep in mind with all these things, like even though Twitter does what Twitter does and jokes around with it, you know, these are actual things that are happening in the world. Obviously, it's not gonna be World War III unless things really do get out of hand.
True.
But in the meantime, all we can do is just hope for the best for the families out there,
Okay, in the Ukraine.
especially in the Ukraine.
Person,
Mm,
like
you're all good.
because it's one of those things where it's like oh, this is Russia attacking me. Like it's gonna get to a point like especially here in America where it's like people are gonna start getting on Russians here in America for what's happening over there, and I'm like, let's not do that. Okay, same thing of like how they deal with the virus and all that stuff. It's like
Yeah.
we're here to make peace, not. But yeah, we wish nothing but the best for everyone in Kiev. How you say it? Say you say it? Kiev, Kiev. I can't.
I don't even know.
So that's where it's like it's been hit. I literally saw like I don't know if it's real. That's the
Yeah,
thing
it's
about it.
it's just Kiev.
Kiev. Okay, because I don't. It's like
Kiev.
I don't. I think it was in the capital, and I don't want to harsh anything. The footage, if whether it's real or not, and also it's because that does go around a lot, and especially in social media. Literally seeing a building that's been
Yeah. We have, live surveillance over there, so we're obviously picking up everything that's going on. Unfortunate for the families that are lost due to,
yeah.
this kind of nonsense that's happening. Oh my gosh, especially with the whole did you see the Ukraine Twitter?
Were
What
those
they
real?
posted?
I've seen tweets, but
Yeah, those are real
those
tweets.
are real tweets. Okay,
Those are real tweets. Yeah.
I try to like I see when I see stuff like that, and it's like, is this someone
You're
just
like,
trying to
I
pull
did
a
not go to
joke?
I don't know, go to Twitter to for news. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's basically, we got a little, can we say his name? No, just kidding. The guy with the kind of stash. No,
Okay. Let's move on.
yeah, anyways.
Let's move on. Okay, let's get into some stuff. Get into the stuff that's happened this past weekend and everything. Some interesting stuff, some good stuff, some funny stuff, some crazy stuff. Not crazy stuff, but like not to be surprised and all. stuff. First things first. Though this is coming out, though we're recording this on a Monday, this is coming out on a Wednesday, already in March. If you haven't already known, if since you're watching this, you've probably noticed if you have a Netflix account that certain Marvel shows are no longer on there, and that is the such as Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. Those particular shows are no longer on Netflix as of March 1st and everything. So if you're that's it's not surprising, but at the same time, it's like wow. So pretty much
Just a
every
wow.
every single show that was released on Netflix, any Marvel show that was released on Netflix, again, that is Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders, and The Punisher, both seasons. I still need to finish it. Oh crap! I gotta finish season 2 still for that one.
Good, good.
Well, it's like it's Manny's favorite show, and he kept bugging me about it and all that stuff, and and all that stuff. So it's like I have until tonight, but I probably won't be able to finish it. So, oops. Uh, but February 28th is the last day. Starting March 1st, they're no longer going to be on Netflix, and the only way to possibly watch them is if there's a Blu-ray set out there or if it's available on digital stores and all that stuff.
Most likely digital stores.
And all that stuff. Are we gonna? The question is though that people will be asking: will you see these on Disney Plus? Here's the
Mm.
thing. Here's the thing about that, especially particularly here in the U.S. Um, if you have not watched a Marvel Netflix show, first of all, what's wrong with you? Second, um,
Uh, what are you trying to say?
I'm
No,
kidding.
I've seen Jessica Jones
I'm um,
and all of its fun features.
hmm hmm um,
Why was that the first one I decided to watch?
don't look at me.
Yeah.
Everything. So I would say you would not see those shows on Disney Plus here in the US at least. There was something that was brought up that it will actually I think Daredevil for sure. There it was Daredevil that would appear next month on Disney Plus in Canada and everything. But that's more believable though.
And that's why this video is sponsored by NordVPN. No, just kidding.
And
Can,
that's
can, can we just throw their name around like that?
I
No,
don't know. I really don't know. I have freaking Rockstar cans showing
it's
up. So
fine.
who knows? Who knows what could happen? And all that stuff. Um That's because like how territorial rights go with especially showing what kind of content, so different in different countries. That's why it's like you don't see a lot of like more adult mature stuff in Disney Plus here in the US. How else like in Canada or even other countries, you do and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's so crazy.
Ricky, you know what the show you should check out
Hmm,
on Netflix?
hmm.
It's called Inside Job.
Uh,
It's an adult cartoon show, right?
hmm,
And it kind of gives you like Rick and Morty vibes, but think of it as like this.
already sold.
Think of it as like Rick and Morty, but without Morty, and Rick has a government job.
Okay. Okay. Still
It's
um
That's pretty good. And like this is a good feel too.
so I mean, but pretty much with this, we're gonna see. So, like I said, since pretty much these shows are no longer here, talk is like, are we gonna see these coming in on the other channel? Like I said, Disney Plus is probably not gonna happen. I can probably possibly seeing these in on Hulu, more particularly for here in the US at least, also because that's gonna be more of a stuff. And, and we've already know that Charlie Cox, the person who plays Daredevil, Matt Murdock, in the show, he for spoilers ahead if you haven't seen No Way Home yet, which why you haven't you? Um, he has a cameo in that movie and everything like that. There's already said that Kevin Feige has already said if we're gonna see Daredevil in the MCU, it's gonna be him there. So there's a possible chance of a MCU style reboot, I guess you can say, with him coming and all that stuff. So that's exciting to see. everyone else, I would love to see everyone else come back. That played their characters. Even the one who played Danny Rand, Netflix and Iron Fist. Though people did not like all
Mm.
and everything. Punisher is going to be the tougher one because it is more violent, a lot of guns and a lot of stuff like that. Um, happens there. No longer seeing. But if you case and wonder if you planned on watching Daredevil or any of those shows, when this episode comes out, you're kind of out of luck already. But hopefully, we'll see these comebacks on some platform. Hopefully, Hulu, likely. Um, coming next up and everything. Oh, wait, Duro, you said you only saw Jessica Jones? At all of them? I think I lost Arturo. Oh no.
Hello, Wi-Fi.
Oh, there we go.
I have no idea. My Wi-Fi just cut out.
I just happened to know it was still, and I was just like, oh no, oh no.
I'm like, good, good.
Like this is. I mean, I get money with the occasional just out of the call and all that stuff. Like he ends up like he gets out of the call and comes back in. But yours was just like a frozen moment. I'm like, oh, this is different. You said, but just to get back to before like all that happened, you said you only saw Jessica Jones, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it was it just the first season? Because I think they
Um, when did the second season come out? So I watched it back in
it
2018.
it was after Defenders, so you're probably right. It's been a while since,
You
but
know,
I
I
know.
probably, I've only seen the first episode. I mean, not first episode, first season.
Yeah, it's probably 2018 is when they
Dang,
probably saw the.
dang.
Were you ever planning on watching them? Like any of them?
Ah,
Also,
I heard Iron Fist was like hot garbage. Luke Cage is always interesting.
Luke Cage is fun. I actually started watching that again and everything like last week.
Yeah.
And it's just like just vibes.
Punisher interested in. Daredevil interested in. Defenders haven't seen. And yeah.
Well, Defenders is like the culmination of the four. So it's pretty much how it
Okay.
works.
Okay.
How it works is like the order in a way. It's Daredevil season 1, Jessica Jones, um
Hmm.
Luke Cage and Daredevil season 2, Iron Fist, Defenders, and then Daredevil season 3, Jessica Jones season 2, Luke Cage season 2. Then of course
No,
Punisher,
nobody liked Iron Fist.
Punisher,
No, just
and
kidding.
then and of course Punisher season 1 and all that stuff. So
Uh,
that's how
uh,
that was the lead up. That was the run up. Then again, everything got canceled. Everything after that sucks. I mean, it
makes some
sucks, but
sense to
it's
me.
yeah. We'll see what happens. Other than that, on um Smash Brothers friend people for our Smash Brothers friend. Of course, except for the last couple years, COVID and all. Of course, every summer there's the big tournament that is called Evo, which is the premier fighting video game tournament and all stuff. You see like the big titles. We'll get like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and many other ones. Smash is also one of them. They've done Melee, Brawl, Wii U, Ultimate was the most recent one in 2019, and
Mm,
everything. But it looks like as it was announced this past weekend, because they were also announcing that they're doing their announcement show on March 8th. 'cause this what they do here every year is they always announce what are gonna be the main games in the game fighting tournament. Most of the time, it is Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Cross Blue. To name, of course, they'll do more.
Rivals of Ether. Not
There's
sure.
more, and then there's more throughout the whole tournament, like for like open tournaments and stuff like that. But mainly like the big ones that do like the big main stage come Sunday. Mainly those ones, and of course Smash Brothers also. But at this one, as they say, while we are thankful for the amazing games joining us later this year in Las Vegas, so it will be in person, we wanted to let you know, fans, that Super Smash Bros. Will not be making a return appearance. So we will not be seeing a Smash title this year at Evo,
Which is very sad news.
which is very sad. As it continues on, it says since 2007, we've seen historic Super Smash Bros. Moments created at Evo. That Nintendo has chosen not to continue that legacy with us this year. In the future, we hope to once again celebrate the Super Smash Bros. Community by them. Now, earlier, I think it was Nintendo announced they're planning on doing like a Smash Brothers tournament circuit, and everything on their own. But this is surprising that the fact that they're not doing Evo.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it's also just because of all the controversy that happened a couple of years ago too.
oh,
That's my whole reasoning why they're like, "Ooh, we don't want to be associated with this kind of company if,
but that same, but
this kind of message was being sent out." But obviously, Evo doesn't represent that.
yeah, but I get that, but like because yeah, because we've talked about this that happened, and everything. But since then, Evo is under new management now. Everything,
Yeah.
and like it's PlayStation bought the company I
And,
think it was
and
last year,
obviously the Smash community, the people that, were convicted rightfully,
rightfully
what's it called?
has done.
Not allowed to participate and everything.
Yeah,
And yeah, uh it's Nintendo. Nintendo does this a lot to all of we
weird
talked about Nintendo
decisions.
a couple of weeks ago, right?
It's their weird
They
decisions.
they they just they just hate their fans. No, just kidding. Oh my gosh. It's all a pattern. I see it now. It first starts off with closing the eShop, not making ports. Now, mm-mm-mm. Yeah. So now he was like, "Oh, y'all are gonna." Nintendo's like, "Ah, so y'all are gonna want to go to Evo?" Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no to that, buddy. Mm-mm-mm.
Sorry, my sister.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
All that stuff.
I was like, good,
That's what I
good.
was trying to like tell you to keep going to talk. So I was trying to see what it was. So apologies for that and everything.
You're
Um
all good.
and but no,
I'll be honest. I never have my camera open.
but no, it's like I think it's like a lot has changed in the last couple of years, and I can understand Nintendo wanting to do that, but I think it's more of a bad thing because especially if like the fact that you're actually doing a tournament circuit for Smash Brothers Ultimate, even after all the characters are done in its life cycle and everything, like you would want to have it at Evo, everything,
Yeah.
and in order to keep that to let them know like, hey, care about the community, care about these people. And then again, this is Nintendo at the end of the day, and sad that we won't see any game of Smash Brothers
We'll
at
go to
Evo.
Genesis and get our fill. Not just kidding.
Genesis will be our fill for now, but it'll suck that we won't get to see it at whether you're seeing it live or watching it. But we'll see what happens. But then again, March 8th is the announcement show of when they'll announce what titles will be at the at the tournament. Um, Most likely Street Fighter Five, everything, especially since it's now on its last hurrah with six now being announced.
Yes,
Probably
sir.
Tekken, maybe maybe Dragon Ball. I hear there's a rumor that Mortal Kombat might come back here in the last Evo tournament. Uh, and happens there. We'll see what happens there. Next, so as you know, I watched Book of Fett, finished the show and all that stuff, and then I had decided to rewatch the movies. I am currently, as of right now, just finished episode 5. I've seen 1 through 3, Solo, Rogue One, and just right now the next two in
Okay.
the original trilogy, and plan on
So
continuing the
you
rest.
so you started without me is what I'm hearing.
Okay, so the thing was, we're still doing that. We're still gonna do that.
Uh-huh,
I just
uh-huh.
want For me, it was more of like just to get myself a reminder in a way, and all that stuff, so that way I can be ready. So when you experience this for the first time, I can
So
be
you're
able to
cheating
say
on me,
stuff.
guys.
Yeah. Okay. Relax. Chill. Okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna see all these movies and all that stuff. I've been enjoying Star Wars. I'm loving it more and more. I've been enjoying it and everything. Book of Boba Fett, which I enjoyed and all that stuff. Depending on the popular opinion on that and everything. And I wanted to just go through all the movies again. Stuff. And then of course I'm doing my rewatch of the Clone Wars. Slowly doing that because it's 7 seasons, a lot of episodes, and everything. But I've been having a good time. Of course, me and Arturo are gonna be Arturo's gonna be doing it for the first time soon and everything. We'll figure it out. We're gonna figure out how that goes. What we're gonna do with that.
I have a spring break coming up next month,
It might happen around in there and all stuff.
and
Oh,
I did take days off of work. Not insinuating anything.
yeah, you are. I get what you're saying, but we'll see. We gotta figure it out. Also, one other thing is I want to get this out the way now, and I think we should. And I, for some odd reason, I think we should do this. Remember how last week we were talking about wanting to do Euphoria for the first time?
Uh-huh.
Season finale was was just this past
Sis-
weekend for season 2, and the For You page, because my For You page always gives me freaking Euphoria stuff and all that stuff, particularly with season 2 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think we should do this.
You think we should?
Yes.
Got it. Should we watch on our own time or should we do like Euphoria night? No, just kidding.
Now, the thing is, should we make it content?
I think so. Be
So the
like, hey, we're Euphoria.
so the other thing about that also is I gotta. Well, you know what? No, we'll do it like this. We'll do the full episodes. We'll do full episodes and we'll release it on you on the channel. We'll use it on the YouTube channel. We'll do the full episodes. It won't matter anyways about you watching about you seeing what we're seeing. You'll see our reactions, but you won't be able to see it because it blocks it out anyways when it records it. We're
Oh
good
my
there.
gosh, I took such a fun week to take off. No, no, because hear me out. So, like, don't mind me, I'm just talking about work.
Yeah.
So, I plan to work Sunday and I plan to work on Monday, right? Because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I got to do my reporting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the 15th, 16th, 17th, and the 18th off, and
Okay.
19th. So that whole week, the whole week, right? We have a new vaccination clinic happening on the 15th, and we're gonna have the mayor, not of our town, but of another town, show up
Uh.
for that premiere. And then the next day, we have another one in another city that we're barely starting. Yeah, okay, I gotta tell my boss about that.
Okay. So here's
Euphoria,
Euphoria.
mid midphoria, because is it a mid tier show? No, just kidding.
It's the second. It's the second best show in HBO. growing show.
But
Like the
is it
fastest growing show.
but is it Euphoria grow? No, just kid it could just why didn't the 1st season catch wind like the 2nd?
No, the second one got a
No, just
no,
kidding.
no. The first season's. I hear the first season is good. Like the
No,
season.
no, I'm just pulling your leg.
No, the second season though is like supposed to be like, especially from the for you from what this looks like from my for you page. I'm like, okay, we're doing this. So we will be doing season. We'll be starting with season one and everything, and we'll release the episodes. We'll plan it out. We'll figure it out. We'll let you know on a later date how the content will roll out for this. But our first piece of content outside of the podcast will be and the trailer reactions too. Um, we'll be doing a Euphoria run through throughout both seasons because we have not seen this show at all. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to get it really interesting. Uh,
It
so
is
once we figure out the details of how we're doing it and planning it all out, on rollout and
it's like
everything,
2
we'll
or 3
let you,
episodes a week.
we'll let you know. We'll let you know. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out
You'll
and
figure
let you,
we'll see.
and the rollout. We'll let you know. Um, but yeah. So oh, since we're sticking on movies, so originally on our run through, we originally had I had Free Guy on here because it just came out on Disney
Oh,
Plus.
I was give me a second.
Uh,
I don't know why my realm, like, expired.
okay.
Anyways, don't
Anyways,
worry don't worry about me
anyways,
saying
so I did originally we were going to talk about it, but I didn't watch it this past weekend, so I took it off. But I ended up watching it today before recording.
good, good. Yeah, I was gonna watch it too, but I was like, "Oh, I wanna see what Ricky has to say about it first," and then you just watch it without me because I saw it on HBO as well.
Oh, so yeah, so that was the funny. That was the I was actually gonna bring that up also. So it's on Disney Plus and HBO Max also because I don't know, it's probably like a previous deal before the whole Disney bought Fox and what and everything. But I saw it, I watched it. It was a fun movie. I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Everything. So that's all I gotta say. That's all I was gonna say. Um, Next is going to get our gaming stuff. And first things first. So I've been playing. So I finished Horizon Forbidden West and everything. Um, good game. Love gameplay's fun and awesome and good times and all stuff. I will say the ending does set up a third game. Hopefully, so in a couple years we'll probably see the next game to this. Because how it ends sets up a lot for the next one where it goes from. But I had a good time. So my next game I've I've started is what's for those who don't know, it's called Elden Ring. Um if you've heard of Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, those kind of games and all that stuff that's been out for the last couple years, last years. If you know any of those kind of games, you know those games are very how can I say it? Painful and everything.
Gyro died twice.
I've out of those games, so I've like before Elden Ring, I think I played like maybe 10 minutes of Bloodborne. And I was like, I can't. I don't know if I can get into this. I don't know if I can keep this stuff. Now with Elden Ring, apparently it's like those games. It is more open world, so there's a lot more to do and all that stuff. And
Makes
for the
sense, makes sense.
last for like the last month and a half, like the game has been getting more hype and all that stuff. And I've kind of the more I've seen it, like the more I saw it, like the last couple trailers, it's like it's been more intriguing in a way because it's like it is an open world and it is how you can do other things and all that stuff. But when I tell you, when I got into this game and all that stuff for the first time, this game does not hold your hand for anything, in my opinion. I don't even know where to go in this game. and all that stuff. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to do first. I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. I don't know what's supposed to be laid out for me and all that stuff. It's just like here's the world. Here's your thing. Here's what you pick your class. You do all these things. Die from the from the first person you see, and then you go on from there. Literally, when you get into get into this world, there's this big old dude on a horse and everything like that. And if you say hi to him, he'll just straight up attack you. And I'm like, oh my god.
Back and back.
If you see my TikTok, you'll know why. So, um, but I will say this: I haven't like wanted to quit the game. I still want to play it. I want to keep going. I want to know where this takes me and all that stuff because I have no idea where it is. What's going on? I literally had to like. I spent like an hour to know to figure out to find out that I had to go to a save point to start the next cutscene and all that stuff. And it was like, wait, what? What's happening right now? To get my horse, to get my horse and all that stuff, ride along and all that stuff. And I'm like, hey, what is this game? I'm riding around. I'm defeating like all these people that I don't know about. There's like this big old giant thing that came out of the blue one time, and I'm freaking out and all that stuff and everything. I got killed by a wolf because someone in my Twitch chat said hi to me, and I died by the wolf. And I'm like, oh gosh,
Dang.
and
They're
everything.
brutal with it, aren't they?
I'm just like, oh my god. And I got excited for killing like not even like an actual mid boss or main boss or anything. It's just some random character on a horseback. Couldn't kill him. So it's like brutal. So, but the one thing that's kind of funny, it's like, cause like, again, going back to my TikTok, even Twitter, I have Twitter's like, there was like a bunch of people that was like saying like, this game, why is this game so hard? Game should not be this hard. I'm like,
Oh, but it should.
clearly you've never like you can tell like this is you're probably your first foray into these games. You don't know anything about them, but that's how these games work with these kind of games. Like you know, it's like for me, it's like I've outside of Bloodborne for like 10 minutes, but it's like Elden Ring's like my actual first game, like wanting to play it and wanting to check this out and all that stuff. But I know the history of the developer of this game from software and these games that they make from these series and all that stuff. So I know it's like what I'm getting myself into and all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, I'm dying. I've died like maybe like 15 times total so far in my two playthroughs. But it's making the thing is about it, it's like, okay, I screw up here. What can I do next? Okay, maybe going this direction, maybe going this way on the map is not a good idea to go. Let me go this way instead and all that stuff. So it's like it's challenging me in a way I never thought I would and all that stuff. And
Makes sense, makes sense.
I haven't played it. I haven't played it since what that Friday? I want to say Saturday. But I was like, hopefully I'll play it some more, get this done, have some good times. And it's like, honestly, it's like the game is not for casuals. That's fine and all that
So
stuff.
don't play the game, you feel the casual.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Because I'm more. But the thing is, like, I'm more on the casual route in a way, but I'm having a good time with it still and everything. So it's like,
Makes sense, makes sense.
anything else again. Okay, going to there's this
That
one
that 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 was you basically going into Elder Ring.
pretty much. That's literally me. I was making this jump and all that stuff. If you've seen I did like a somewhat, I guess you can say like highlight reel on Instagram.
Mhm.
It's literally like the beginning of the game, me playing the game. Funny times, fun times.
Could I get Elden Ring? No,
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, there is like a co-op and multiplayer aspect to it also, and all that stuff. There's literally like when you get on and you have it online, there's like these little like bricks, like they're like messages. There's some funny stuff in there too.
good, good.
Like literally, it's like where I died. like there was like apparently there was a brick right there and it says like be careful of this thing. I'm like, thanks for telling me this now.
Mhm.
Okay, on to our final thing, and I think this is something that both me, Arturo, even Manny are planning are interested in seeing what's going to happen. And for those who don't know, this past Sunday was Pokemon Day, and normally around that time was when we get announcements of stuff that's happening and all that stuff within the Pokemon world, where games, stuff, TVs, everything.
In all honesty, I was not expecting a Gen 9 review.
I will be honest, I didn't either. I was expecting Gen 9, but I didn't expect it to be this year.
That exactly that
Like
too.
like
I was
like
like, "What?"
like the fact is for
Pokemon just wants us to be like, "Give me your money."
because like my idea of what's gonna happen with Arceus coming out earlier this year. What I was thinking was here's what they'll probably do. They will they will do like they'll go the DLC route of what they did with Sword and Shield and everything. And then we'll get a Gen 9 announcement, but it'll probably be like early next year and all that stuff. Since they did the Diamond and Pearl remasters last year and then Arceus. That's what I was thinking. No, that's not what happened. They for Diamond and Pearl, there's a mystery gift to get Shaman. Um Legend Arceus, there is a new update with a new mission. Which is the one that caught me off guard because that was free too. I'm like, "Oh." And then we get to the end. They're like, one more thing. I'm like, okay, what do we got? And I'm like, I already knew it was Gen 9. I'm like, okay, we're getting Gen 9. But the thing is, it looked way more of like Arceus. And I'm like,
I think it's gonna be like a full-on free world though.
no, 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 no. So they've already mentioned that. So they've already mentioned that. So it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in on the website it says the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games, the newest chapters in the Pokemon series, coming to the Nintendo Switch later this year. With these new titles, the Pokemon series takes a new evolutionary step, allowing you to explore freely in a richly expressed open world. We don't have various towns blend seamlessly into the wilderness with no borders. You'll be able to see Pokemon on this region in the skies, the seas, the forests, and on the streets all over. You'll be able to experience the true joy of the Pokemon series battling against wild Pokemon in order to catch them. Now, now in an open world game that players of any age can enjoy and all that stuff. And everything. So they showed off the region. They showed off the new region. We don't know the name of it right now. Early indicators it says it is inspired by Spain and all that stuff and everything. So it's
I'm
just
here too. I mean, it makes sense, especially with
we'll
the
we'll get to those in a bit and everything. But looking at it and all that stuff, like I was already getting Arceus vibes already and all that stuff. And the fact that this is going to be a true open world, like seamlessly go through. It looks like they're blending in, of course, Sword and Shield with the facts of the wild areas and everything, and especially with their expansion packs. When they did those two expansion packs, were solely wild area based. You can just roam anywhere. How Arceus, how Arceus goes, where it's a vastly open world air, these big old areas. But the thing is with Arceus was to access it, you had to go back to the main town in order to go to the next one. So that was there. But this one looks truly open world. Very exciting. The fact that it's coming out later this year is crazy. I'm baffled. Okay.
a very different approach to like Pokemon game, like an actual generation Pokemon game.
Like this is an
So
actual big step. Anyway.
yeah, because I'm like, okay, Pokemon Arceus, you got to mix of Pokemon Snap and regular Pokemon. Interesting, interesting,
And
And then now,
but then again, like this is early look. We don't know much else, such as battling system, um, the catch how Pokemon. It's already talked about. They've already mentioned. Um, that we are not gonna get it's gonna be the same thing like how Shield is. There's only gonna be a set amount of Pokemon in the game and all that stuff. And then so like any Pokemon you have in Pokemon Home may not be able to go into the Scarlet or Violet. So there's that too.
There's always that. Not
Which I'm kind of upset about. Like I think I'm fine with of them going the route of Sword and Shield of like it's gonna be these set of Pokemon that you're gonna be able to catch in the game and all that stuff, including with the mixture of the previous generations with any new ones and everything. But like say if you want you can I think like what you could they can open it up to every other Pokemon that can come in from home at least. Like you can keep it the way like Sword and Shield was, but like open it up though if you want battles and everything, especially online battles and everything. Hopefully, that's the one. Um, that's like the one thing I have. Like that's like the one thing I'm maybe hoping for. Hopefully, like again fine with the fact of keeping a set number of Pokemon that you can catch within the game. But when it comes to like battles or all that stuff, or like just moving Pokemon in and out, you should be able to still do the all 898 that are out there right now. Currently, see,
yeah.
we'll see. Like I said, we don't know more. We don't know more of it. We probably find out more towards like the summertime and all that stuff. Um, everything.
Yeah, towards June. Yeah.
I find this kind of weird though because we're gonna have this maybe Breath of the Wild 2 coming out in the same year.
Maybe.
Uh, I mean,
Breath of the Wild 2 has been like
it was announced in 2019.
it's been 3 years. Oh
Okay,
my gosh, it's been 3 years.
okay, so it's now or never.
I
Now or
completely
never.
forgot. It's a repressed memory.
Well, the only reason why I know it's 2019 because I was at that was the year I was at. That was my last year at E3 when it got announced. Um, so but let's get into the new Pokemon. Well, of course, the starters.
We got Sprigatito, you know,
Magneto, grass cat Pokemon,
because gatito, little gato
has the
means
overgrow ability,
cat in Spanish.
which is also the indications of this region being heavily inspired by Spain.
We got Huecoco.
Gogo, the fire
Can,
croc
can,
Pokemon.
can you can already tell which one of these Pokemon is gonna be fire just by the name.
The name
No
doesn't,
pun
yeah.
intended.
The name, yeah.
You know, Huecoco, because
And then
that's. And then we got Quaxley. Quaxley looks pretty cool though
the
too.
duckling Pokemon. And of course that is the water. Yes, the cat is a
And
grass type.
you know what? It just makes sense. Just like Leaf Fountain makes sense. But Fuecoco
So
obviously is the best starter.
I was just about to say, it's like, okay, so I mean, the question is because me, Arturo, and Manny are getting this game this year, are getting this game. We all have switches and everything. And before Manny, when he got a switch, me and Arturo started being like, what version we're getting and all that stuff. As far as we always talked about it. Did that for Sword and Shield. We technically did it for Diamond and Pearl and everything. Um, but now that Manny's with us in the Switch game, he is planning on getting it. It makes it a little easier now, as long as if one of us are getting the opposite.
No, but
Um,
we should just all get
huh?
Scarlet. We should just all get Scarlet. It's good for our brand. No,
No, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no. Remember, Manny said it's not good for his brand, so he's going.
no, no, no. That's why I said we should get Scarlet
He's
because even though
impulsive.
it's not good, no, because yes, very impulsive.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I could
That's
say some
why
other stuff,
I
but
kid you
we're,
not.
we're still
Like
on podcast. You're not.
I kid you not. When he popped in on our group chat and said that it doesn't refer to his brand, I was
You sure?
like you really sure about that and all that stuff and everything. For to give a little context of what we're talking about. So There's a this TikTok that came that I for TikTok that I follow. She's like she does mostly like anime stuff. Like one of their things she does is like she always what does a guy say about the anime they watch? They're pretty funny and everything. She did one for the new games and everything. And
Gosh,
the first one I saw happened to be Scarlet, in which I already decided I was like, I'm getting Scarlet. Like I already made the decision. I was like, I'm gonna get Scarlet. And the first thing it said, it was like, you're impulsive. And I'm like, crap, she's right. And everything. And I mean, there was more to it and all that stuff that was true, but I was like, I always think of it. But the thing was, I always think of it more of on a gameplay aspect, how I play Pokemon because I am impulsive. So I
yeah.
just straight up go for it and all that stuff. And then Manny texts us in the group chat because he sees my TikTok about it, my like and all that stuff. And he's like, it doesn't reflect my brand and all that stuff. And I was like, what?
Makes
Uh,
sense to me.
if you want to know more, if you want context on the TikTok, I'll put a link on YouTube more. But I
Good,
found it funny.
good.
What I should have did, I should have commented her. I should have commented on hers and be like, she should do one for the starters and all that stuff. Because since we're talking about the starters, let's go ahead and
You
jump.
sh
We've already the version. I'm getting Scarlet. Manny looks as of now, after what he texts, he's look like he's getting Violet. For that, and Arturo, you never officially said which one you're getting.
I'm gonna Violet, why not?
Okay, so I will stick with Scarlet. The other two, Violet.
And
Actually,
also, I think I just wanna see the Pokemon too, so once I see which Pokemons are version exclusive,
wait a
that's
minute.
how I
You
that's
always
how I
base it
usually
off that.
proceed.
You always base it off that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just go off the first one I see and all that stuff. That's how I do it and all that
Oh
stuff. I
gosh.
could, but
Yeah,
then
I see Vulpix, like, take Cinnamon for instance. I saw Vulpix and I was like, "Vulpix!" Ah! You know?
yeah, and all that stuff. So it's like so. I gotta send you the one for the Violet one because I think the Violet one was made me laugh the most. I gotta send you the one for Violet. She did for Violet. And I think if I remember correctly, I think it reminded me of you.
Good, good. Oh my gosh, I just yeah. Well, once you find it, just send it to me and I'll be
I'll
like,
send it to
"Good,
you. I'll
good."
send it to you and everything because it was funny. Like cause I find those funny and everything. And but yeah, so Scarlet, Manny Arthur getting Violet and everything, so it balances out. It helps out and all that stuff. Now, the one thing we're gonna talk about
Starters.
is the starters because everyone is always going on to the picking up their starters. I've already made my pick. I'm not gonna normally I wait to the final evolution one stuff and everything, but I think I've made my pick. I'm gonna go with it. The Spradigo. Vito.
Oh, okay, okay, the little cat boy.
I'm going with the cat.
Any particular reason why?
Outside of Rowlet, I don't normally go with grass types. Out of all the out of every single starters for every single generation, I don't even think Bulbasaur was never even my first one for Gen 1. Uh,
Really?
it was either
Not even
Charmander or Squirtle.
Snivy in Gen 5?
Snivy was not my first option. I've always liked. Don't get me wrong. Like I liked them, but they were never like my first option. You know,
Yeah,
and everything. Rowlet was I think was the only first option
makes sense, makes sense.
for grass types. Rowlet was always been. I mean, Rowlet was my first choice in Legends and everything. All that stuff. And that one had Cyndaquil as a starter for Legends. But the, I was like, you know what? Let's go grass. The cat looks interesting. There will I make a bad decision come when the game comes out with its next evolutions? Maybe. Well, but hey, I could.
But no, it makes sense, it makes sense. You know, you wanna try something new, you got the little cat,
Yeah, you're gonna try something different.
grass type Pokemon. You know, you could have a potential Donald Duck. Can we say that? Oh my gosh. But I'm just going for the one with the coolest name, and like Sprigatito, that's pretty cool too. But Huecoco,
Look, good name. It's a good name.
good name.
Most likely, depending on how, because like, of course, like, especially
Oh,
with,
it better look like you know what, if it looks like a cool like you know what crocodile looks like.
yeah,
It better look like a cool version of that. Is what I'm saying
yeah.
because like I can see it.
I bet you anything, it will actually be Quaxley that has the best one.
Oh, probably.
Most likely, it will most likely be that one.
Uh, I mean, yeah, because the same thing happened with like what Sobble, right? Sobble
So
turned into from like a little crybaby to a school shooter. I mean, to a sniper.
yeah, so it's like it's always gonna be like the one you least expect. I mean, though people are do like Quaxley for how he looks and everything, but it's like I feel like it's like people are gonna go for the other two. Like, I'm gonna go for that, and then Quaxley's at sleep. Like, I'm gonna be like, wait, what?
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me.
That one. So it's like it's gonna be interesting. I don't. Manny didn't say which one he was gonna get, and all that stuff, but he'll probably let us know. Bridge. Other than that, um, nothing more for the game. Late this year, which is still surprising. Um, I just want to see more of this. In all honesty, like I really want to know what they're gonna do with this,
You
and
know,
I
we're gonna hop onto some Apex because we've been inspired and empowered by Post Malone playing Apex.
I never got to watch that.
It,
I
it
seen
was- it's
clips.
very
I seen
it's very
clips.
interesting.
I seen clips.
Post Malone isn't as bad as I thought he was gonna be.
No, 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 no. That fool, he likes game. He loves the game. He owns Envy and Optic. He's an owner.
True.
He's a part owner. All that stuff and everything. And the fact that like it's, I liked how he talked about that game was his was what got him back to for his love of gaming, which is so awesome to hear. Because I did hear that part about it and all that stuff.
Yeah, because like I'll be honest too, Apex has been my lifeline because
Oh
Call of
yeah,
Duty full of campers. I don't know what it is about Apex, but it just seems like way more fast paced and like
it's fun. It's just
the, the,
enjoyable.
the rings seems more devastating, even though like obviously Warzone ring just like takes you out within like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I think it's also just because it moves so quickly, and then like the way it moves, it literally moves out,
Hmm.
and we're always looking for a fight too. So
That is true. Like we have been more, I guess, more engaging since then.
aggressive. Not just kidding.
I was gonna, yeah, I think that works too. Um, and all that stuff. But yeah, like that is gonna be fun. Like, well, to get back to what I was gonna say earlier, my thing about this game, and it's like that with me for every single game, every Pokemon game since Pokemon Bank was a thing and all that stuff. You need to ship that. You need to bring that integration in quicker, not later. Which is one of the most upsetting things about yesterday's Pokemon Day announcements. We did not get official integration for Bright Diamond and Pearl, and I'm pissed off about that. Have I finished Diamond and Pearl yet? Not really, but I want to fill out that Pokedex and all that stuff. Okay, I'm at 5 something and all that stuff. I'm like technically halfway done and all that stuff, and I want to finish it and everything. All that stuff. Okay, that's all I want and all that stuff. Are you watching it?
I already seen it. I'm sending it to one of my friends right now. I'm like, yo, Ricky said this reminded him of me, and it's true. And the funny
I
thing is, I'm picking this version.
Oh my god, I was so no, I kid you not, because like the Scarlet was the first one I saw, and I was like, damn, that is kind of me in game. But then when I watched the Violet one, I'm like, damn, this is Arturo in real life. I meant to see it yesterday, but completely forgot. So that's why I was like, I'll do it now before I forget and everything. And I was just,
Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, I see the Pokemon Scarlet one. Oh,
yeah, you have to watch the full thing. You got to watch the full thing.
no, no, it's yours. It's your version of it.
Oh,
Good, good.
that was just fun. That was just funny. That was just so funny. Again, like if you want to see those TikToks about those versions, I'll drop it with the link in the description on the YouTube channel. Give her a follow too. She's actually her content's pretty fun. Um and yeah, that is it for this episode. You're watching on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I just saw somebody's comment right now. They're like, "Not if any of you choose any version before legendaries are shown, then we need to have a conversation." Which is true.
Oh dang, Manny just saw it. Oh nah. I wonder what he's gonna think of this time when he sees it. What was it? So if you have again, that is it for this week's episode. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, drop a comment below. Let us know what you think about the stuff we talked about. If you plan on getting the new Pokemon game, what version starter you plan on getting, and all that stuff. And will those TikToks change your thought on that too, and everything. Everything like that. But let us know of any of our other topics and everything like that. Again, you can catch our episodes are every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, many other podcast services. We're available, and that we have it distributed. And again, if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get your notifications, especially when we start our Euphoria reaction videos and everything coming soon. And everything. Drop comments below. Let us know about on that stuff, or if you want us to think we should do more, or if we should do those stuff. If you happen to be listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, drop a rating down. Also, that does help us out with everything on the for all that stuff to get us noticed and everything. Especially with the same thing on YouTube with the likes and subscriptions and everything. And yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
much it. That's pretty
and
much
I'm
it.
totally not on Apex right now.
He's not totally on Apex right now, and I have totally have to call
No,
back my sister right after this.
no, no, no.
And but we will catch you next week. Where we will talk. Well, we will give our first talk. Well, we talk about Batman. Will it probably be Batman that whole episode? Who knows? All that stuff that we have a lot
Most
of time,
likely,
but most
it
likely
will be. No, just kidding.
it'll most likely be and all that stuff. But anyways, my name is Ricky Arturo. To my left, of course, Manny's here technically in spirit, though he will be back in a couple weeks. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.